you?
My enemies call me Namor.
Welcome to Watch Mojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 most feared Black Panther enemies of all time.
And all this death, just so I could kill you.
For this list, we'll be looking at Black Panther's adversaries with the strongest grudges, mightiest powers, and the most ferocious intellects. Who would you put your money on in a fight against Wakanda's hero? Let us know in the comments down below. Number 10, Baron Zemo.
Justice will come soon enough.
Tell that to the dead.
What Baron Zemo lacks in superpowers, he makes up for in tactical skills and determination. In the MCU, Baron Zemo sets off the explosion that kills T'Challa's father and frames Bucky for it. And that's just the beginning of his chess match. Zemo's actions indirectly set the Black Panther against several Avengers. If the Wakandan hero didn't happen to overhear what really happened, he might have permanently ended the Winter Soldier.
I almost killed the wrong man.
Hardly an innocent one.
This is all you wanted. To see them rip each other apart.
In the end, Black Panther shows his heroic nature by choosing to save the murderer instead of killing him. But Wakanda doesn't forget to keep their eyes on Zemo. When the villain is released from prison by Bucky Barnes, the Dora Milaje track him down extremely quickly and make sure he is imprisoned once again.
We will take him to the raft, where he will live out his days.
Number 9, Malice.
Give me that container, or you will meet your ultimate defeat at the hands of Malice, Mistress of Hate.
In the MCU's Black Panther, Nakia was introduced as a dedicated warrior and spy for the Wakandan royal line. She also has a ton of chemistry with T'Challa. In the comics, this character takes a darker turn. As one of the Dora Milaje, her relationship with T'Challa is kept ceremonial.
Why are you here? You ruined my mission.
My father is dead, Nakia.
Her infatuation and jealousy led to her betrayal of Black Panther and banishment. After being tormented and killed by the villain Achebe, she's resurrected by Killmonger as the genetically enhanced Malice. Her dark persona combines Nakia's fighting skills with a new mastery of poisons and mind-controlling spores. As a villain, Malice is motivated to destroy those who betrayed her. This puts Black Panther and everyone close to him right at the top of her list.
I am loyal to that throne, no matter who sits upon it. What are you loyal to?
Number 8, Man-Ape.
You can face man-ape alone. Anyone else is fair game.
Tear the outsider apart. I will deal with the Panther.
M'Baku is a celebrated Wakandan warrior in practically every medium. At the same time, he despises his country's technological society and wants to return Wakanda to a more naturalistic state.
We have watched with disgust as your technological advancements have been overseen by a child.
In order to do this, he believes it's necessary to overthrow T'Challa and become the new king. M'Baku gains powers by ceremonially killing a mystical white gorilla. This gruesome act gives him increased superhuman strength, durability, speed, and agility. With his shamanistic gorilla upgrade, M'Baku takes on the alias Man-Ape. His augmented powers combined with his warrior skills and training makes him a formidable opponent for Black Panther.
I am not the same man as my father, M'Baku, for my rage is greater.
Number 7, Masters of Evil.
As I said, kneel before your masters.
The Masters of Evil have been fighting Avengers for a long time. This sinister team's had many leaders and a rotating cast of villains with a variety of superpowers.
Zemo! Another Avenger is inside the mansion! The Wakandan!
Someone crush him!
One incarnation of this dastardly group was formed by Baron Zemo and included T'Challa's nemesis Claw. Another version, recruited by the Crimson Cowl, also included Black Panther's frequent opponent Man-Ape. The combined powers of this horde of evildoers make them difficult to fight. They also could care less about laws or the usual rules of morality. The Masters of Evil are definitely a superhero-sized nightmare.
And the Wakandan king. You should have walked away from the Avengers before it came to this.
Number 6, Kraven the Hunter.
Such agility, such speed!
But there is no escape from Kraven the Hunter.
Kraven prides himself on being one of the world's greatest hunters. A voodoo witch doctor gave him potions that extended his life and granted him the abilities of a jungle cat. This included enhanced strength, speed, and durability. The extra decades gave him more time to perfect his tracking skills, and Kraven lives for the hunt. When he became bored with regular prey, he decided to challenge himself by stalking animal-based superheroes. Among his opponents were Spider-Man, Squirrel Girl, Howard the Duck, and Black Panther.
Your armor is now useless, which means, Black Panther, you are mine!
Kraven's sense of pride and respect for his adversaries made him a popular anti-hero with comic readers. It would be interesting to see how his skills stack up against Black Panther in live action.
Look at that. The Black Panther, truly an elusive quarry.
Number 5, Dr. Doom.
Miss Van Dyne, I am not some common criminal that can be distracted by your prattling. You are nothing to Doom.
A brilliant scientist who hides his damaged face with an iron mask, Dr. Doom is considered one of Marvel's greatest villains. He's a technological genius who can control machines with his mind. Oh, and not to mention, he's also a ridiculously powerful magic wielder. Even Doctor Strange thought Doom had the power to become Sorcerer Supreme. In Marvel Comics, this fearless anarchist set his sights on Wakanda's vibranium.
Why, Victor? What did you even want?
You do not even see what is happening here.
He attacked and wounded T'Challa in order to take the country's powerful element for his own uses. It would be a really bad idea to give a power-hungry villain access to such a powerful element. In a true act of sacrifice, Black Panther destroyed his country's greatest treasure before Doom could control it.
This is wrong. Dr. Doom has nothing to gain by attacking us here. This reeks of desperation, something he is not known for.
Number 4, Morlun. Imagine a vampire that feeds on the mystical energy between superheroes and their totem animal.
A warrior shaman received a vision from the panther goddess Bast, who led him to the heart-shaped herb.
This would be problematic for Black Panther. After all, most of his powers come from his connection to the cat goddess Bast. So it's no surprise that Morlun is one of T'Challa's most powerful adversaries. Morlun can drain the powers of magical beings just by touching them.
The prince will now have the strength of the Black Panther stripped away.
Like a vampire, he needs this energy to remain young and powerful. He can survive an explosion and is one of the hardest hitters in the Marvel Universe. After Morlun was killed by Spider-Man, he was resurrected by a cult and sent after Black Panther. The energy vampire was able to defeat Man-Ape, but met his match in the new Black Panther, Shuri.
The Black Panther lives. And when he fights for the fate of Wakanda, I will be right there beside him.
Number 3, Ulysses Klaue.
Klaue has escaped our pursuits for almost 30 years. Not capturing him is perhaps my father's greatest regret.
Our first exposure to Ulysses Klaue in the MCU was as a weapons dealer who lost his arm to the evil robot Ultron. In one version of Black Panther's origin story, a young T'Challa was responsible for the loss of limb. Although Klaue had different motivations in live action, he still had a contentious relationship with Wakandans due to slaying some of their people. This motivated him to prepare to fight Black Panther by turning an arm into a sonic cannon.
You know, you look just like your old man.
Klaue's advanced weaponry, greed, and ruthlessness makes him an enemy that cannot be underestimated. As long as Wakanda has something he wants, the villain will constantly stand as one of their biggest threats.
Where did you get this weapon? You savages didn't deserve it. Oh, mercy, King, mercy.
Number 2, N'Jadaka, aka Eric Killmonger.
I lived my entire life waiting for this moment. I trained, I lied, I killed, just to get here.
Eric Killmonger Stevens was born with the name N'Jadaka in Wakanda. The details of his history vary between comics and the MCU. In both, his parents die and he grows up outside of Wakanda. Killmonger's deep hatred for his birth country and those who rule it is an integral part of his character. After harnessing his rage and becoming a skilled warrior, his intelligence and brilliant tactics allowed him to successfully take over Wakanda in both comics and film.
We're gonna send vibranium weapons out to our war dogs. They'll arm oppressed people all over the world, so they can finally rise up and kill those in power.
Killmonger sought to achieve such power so he could create the ideal world he wanted. The fact that he was able to claim the throne on several occasions shows how dangerous this mercenary is.
The world's gonna start over, and this time we're on top. The sun will never set on the Wakandan Empire.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications.
Number 1. Namor.
They called him Kukul Khan, the feather serpent god.
Two kings, both ruling lands that seem magical. T'Challa is the calm and humble king of the land nation of Wakanda. Namor is the proud and quick-tempered king of the water nation of Atlantis. Their conflicting methods of rule have caused many troubles and problems between them throughout comic history.
Killing him will risk eternal war.
As a hybrid Atlantean, Namor can survive both underwater and on land. He has superhuman physical abilities and can mentally communicate with sea life. One of his most unusual yet useful traits is the wings on his ankles that let him fly faster than an airplane. It's not always clear if Namor is friend or enemy to Black Panther. Ultimately, his decisions are motivated by what is best for the people of Atlantis.
I need to know if Wakanda is an ally or an enemy.
You can come and find out.
Did you enjoy this video? Check out these other clips from WatchMojo, and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.